we're looking at the second Capture the Sarrum programming activity, which asks us about this part of the main here, where we take in the start square and finish square that the user's entered in, and the program uses div and mod to actually break that down into start rank, start file, finish rank, and finish file. And the question says, will it be much better if this were in a separate routine? Because remember, it's good programming practice to have lots of sort of little routines that just do one specific job, and having a lot of processing in the main is not really what we want. So they're absolutely right in suggesting that as something we should do. So we're going to write a procedure called GetPositions. And there's a couple of different ways to tackle this task. I'm going to show you the very simplest way, and then I'm going to show you the way that's probably the best programming practice. So the very simple way, because start square, finish square, start rank, start file, finish rank, finish file, if we scroll up, you can see that they're all currently global variables. And that means that we can actually get away without sending any as parameters in this instance. So we could just take those 4 lines of code there, just do a simple cut and paste job over here into the new procedure, and then simply call GetPositions here where that bunch of code used to be in the main. You know, we can do that, but it's entirely possible that in the exam what they might be looking for is to reduce the number of global variables, because you should know by now, being this stage through the course, that really using global variables isn't desirable for many reasons. So they might be looking for you to minimize the use of global variables. So, well, let's have a think about that. How could we minimize? How could we make this so that it wouldn't necessarily have to have as many global variables? Well, of course, we're calling from the main in this instance, so anything that we're sending as parameters from the main is going to need to be a global variable anyway. Let's put that out of our minds for now and just think about the pure programming good practice. GetPositions, well, what information does it need to be able to do its job? Well, it needs to know the start square and the finish square. So those are the first 2 parameters that we would send. Now those are the values that the user has typed in, the 2-digit values like 81 or 34 or something like that. They are needed to be able to work out the positions, but in the GetPositions procedure we're not actually going to change those values themselves. So we can just pass those by value. Okay? But the other parameters that we're going to send, which you may have guessed by now are start rank, start file, finish rank and finish file, obviously where we assign them values in this procedure, we then need to be able to work with those values further on in the main. So we want to make sure that we're actually altering the same variable as the main is working with. So we need to make sure those parameters are passed by reference. And remember, to pass variables by reference, we need to just simply put the word var in front of them. So we need to specify in our procedure declaration, first of all, that it's going to take start square and finish square as integers, of course. That's what we've just sent down here, but that it's also going to take start rank, start file, finish rank and finish file. They're also integers, but because we've got the var comment up here, that's specifying to the procedure that those are going to be passed by reference. Okay. Of course, there's no difference when we're sending the parameters. We don't need to specify the var here. We would just write the same. The key thing is to make sure, obviously, that you're sending the parameters in the same order here as you have declared them up here. Otherwise, they're going to cross over and you're going to get some strange results. So this would be the better way to program this exercise, to make sure that you are using parameters as one of the skills that the exam would like to see you being able to use.